Hello, everybody. Our last video, we have discussed how to get the help on the plot function. And now my suggestion that we will try to implement the things which we have seen last time in the help into the lab. So let's assume that we have the task like this. We need to plot the function y is equal 1 by x in the range from -5 to 5. So as we were discussing previously, we are doing it with the function plot. And here is the immediately the help on this function. And if we will put the bracket, we immediately see the format of it. So, and if we put the question mark, we are telling what is being needed. So this is what we had in our last video. So as you remember, we need here to input x and y. So we need to put x's and the set of x values and corresponding to them y values. So it means that before we will start plotting, we need to create two things. We need to create, first of all, the array for x values. So the first and the easiest way to create it is simply to list all the values. So suppose I have here -5. Let's say next one will be -2.5. For not to make them too much, I'm putting -1. I'm lazy to put 1, 2.5, and 5. So let's assume that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 points, and it is sufficient for me. Then for each x, I want to put y value, and I want one value to make 1 divided by x. I can tell you in advance that this line number 2 apparently will make a problem for me. So let us see what will be happening if I'm trying to make it. And here we are making x, comma, y. Okay, I'm trying to perform this command. See what is happening. Now, first line worked fine. I have got vector x with the values from 1 to 6, and here I can see all of them. But then in the second line, as I told, it is written error using division sign. So one of the big important things, if you want to code in Matlab, you need to understand how to write error messages and how to improve them. Almost every error message, besides only the error, what is the error? It is giving you the hint. See here it is written, matrix dimensions must agree. What does it mean? When you looked, when you wrote this expression, Matlab, it is just the machine. Any machine does not know what you want. But any machine only understands exactly the command which you are giving in its own language. So Matlab, it is why it is Matlab. It means that it is software which was originally focused on working with matrices. So when you put this x, Matlab is treating it as the matrix. When you are telling 1 divided by x, Matlab understands this, that you actually want to find inverse matrix for x. And then it is telling that, sorry, I cannot make for you inverse matrix, because for that, the matrix should be n by n elements with the discriminant non-zero. So obviously, because it is only the vector, it cannot do. But in reality, no one of us wanted any inverse vector. only thing which we wanted each number to make it 1 by -5, 1 by -2.5. So it means that we wanted to do this operation of division, not element by element, not for the total vector, but element by element. To do anything element by element, before the operation sign, we need to put dot. So this will be the same in putting x power 2, in multiplying. So this is the way how to write it correct. Please remember, if we put dot in front of operator, it means that we are dealing with each component of the matrix or vector. So now everything is fine, and I guess now we should get the result. Yes, exactly. We have got the result. We have calculated x's, we have calculated y's, and we plot the graph. No errors. Our code worked, but any one of you remember from, I think, can remember from school that the graph 1 by x, it should be hyperbola. So it is definitely not something like this. So why it is that instead of the graph which we know, we are getting this? The main reason is that we have very few points here. So again, Matlab is not doing what you want, but it is doing what you command it to do. You have created 6 points with coordinates x and y, and then you ask Matlab to plot them and connect. This is what it has done. If we want to get the proper view of the function, apparently we need to increase the number of the points. And this is what we will try to do now. And we will make x1 where it will be bigger number of points. Bigger number of points, it is how much? 20, 30, 100. Even 30 points is already quite boring to put into the system. And if it is 100, it is simply difficult to make it without any mistake. So for this, we will, instead of putting point by point, we will generate the array of x values. So we want it from -5 to 5. It means that we are telling that we will start from -5. Then I'm putting the colon vector. And after this colon, I'm telling with what step do I want to go. Suppose I want the step 0.25. And then I'm putting again colon sign, and I'm putting 5. So what does it mean? It means that from -5, every 0.25, I will be putting the point. And this will be my array. The rest things are more or less the same. I am telling that y1 is equal 1 dot slash x. So I remember that I want to divide 1 by every element of my array, and then I am plotting it x1, comma. See, it already gives me the hint. So if you are typing, don't rush. See, because Matlab very often gives you very nice help. So if I will do it, it must be the same length. So again, as you can see here, I got the error. The first reaction for the error, even for me, while I'm coding for ages, is, oh, error, I have done something wrong. So the first thing which you need to know that it is normal. It is absolutely normal to do the errors. So without any panic, let us read. Error using plot. Okay. Vectors must be of the same length. Aha, it means that X and Y have different lengths. How can I check? Let me see. Here, I will just show you where I'm looking at. See here, I have X1. I have X1 here. And see here, it is written 1 cross 41. So it means that this vector has 41 values. CY1, it is only 6 of them. So yes, X1 has one length, Y1 has another length. So obviously I cannot plot it. First thing I understood. Now the second question, come on, why does it happen that I have only 6 axes? Look, let me see what is happening where I calculate Y1. I calculate Y1 in the line 5. And see where is my mistake? I have divided it by X. And my X here had 6 values. So of course, I will get here only 6 Y1s. So it means to correct it, I need to put here X1, which is, so now let us clean all my drawings and correct the mistake. So we have put 1 here and we are executing it. So you can see now 1 by 41, 1 by 41, all dimensions match. If you go here, you can see all these 41 values. And you can see that our graph became much better. And it is, okay, these hyperbolas, which we are used to see for this graph from school. So we have done our task. However, I would like also to share with you a few tricks. So now we are coming to the question, how to cheat the system. So as you can see here, we were honestly making the array of x's, the array of y's, and then point by point plotting it. Is there any easier, faster way to check what is the shape of the graph? For this, there exists one command. It was there in the old versions of Matlab. Now Matlab does not like this function anymore, but nevertheless it exists. So this function is ezplot. As soon as you put E, you can see here ezplot. And you can see straight in front of it, it is written, not recommended. But nevertheless, sometimes we can use it. What is the beauty of it? Why is? This EZ in the beginning means easy, easy plot. So this is in the apostrophes, we can write directly the function 1 by x. Why Matlab does not recommend it? Because it cannot recognize, cannot guarantee you that it will recognize any function which you will write like this. But if it recognizes, then it can straightforward plot it. See, you have simplified your task a lot, but here you can see that this span can be slightly different. The vertical range can be different, but you have some feeling about the shape. Can I change the range? Yes. In the same function, if I put here comma and put here in the square brackets, suppose minus 10, 10, so this is the range, it will redraw me the graph in the new range. So that easy. Now, if we will look at this ezplot, it is written that it is not recommended and there is suggestion. Please use fplot. So to complete this video, we will have a look to the another recommended one, because this is really a very good function, and we are going to make fplot. So fplot is already normal series one, and when we put the opening round bracket, we can see the help. And in this help, it is written that as the first argument in fplot function, you need to put the function to plot, function handle. So here I need to explain you a bit. This is something which is slightly more complicated, but not that much for not to understand it. So the main difference between fplot, which we are going to make now, and all the previous ones is that previously we always first had the array of x's, and after that we were making the operation of making array of y's. So when line 2 or line 5 was running, x's which are mentioned here already were existing in the system. Already they were in the cells of the memory. Here we are going to make so-called anonymous function. Anonymous function, it means that we are creating function before we create the argument. So because of this, first of all, you need to specify what will be the variable. This I am writing that in the future function, z will be the variable. And after that, I am writing 1 divided by z. So as you can see, I look here at the workspace. At the workspace, we see what coordinates we already have. We have x, we have x1, we have y, we have y1. There is no z. So I am creating this function which will be working with anything which will be further specified as that function. And in the form just like this, it will work. So you can see that it automatically chooses the range. It is the first one, you see, before we were plotting the graph. It is the first one which has shown us the vertical asymptote, which is here. And as you can see, that we have this graph the same fast and in the good way. So briefly, very briefly summarizing it, that there are different ways to perform any task. For example, plotting the graph, we can do it in a few different ways. The main difference between them is how we are specifying the data for it. And you can see the results which we are getting. So now I would recommend you to try and play with it with some functions which you know from the school mathematics. Thanks a lot for your